Your country is at war. Bombs are falling, soldiers are dying, oil prices are through the roof. And in the middle of all of this, your government starts telling the news channels what they can and cannot report. Today on Logic Board, we look at exactly what happened in America. No opinion, just the facts. You decide. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a large-scale military operation against Iran. Nearly 900 targets were hit in 12 hours. 2 weeks into the war, the Wall Street Journal reported that 5 U.S. Air Force refueling tanker planes were struck by Iranian missiles at a military base in Saudi Arabia. The New York Times confirmed it. Multiple outlets ran the story. President Trump disputed the report on Truth Social. He said the planes were not struck or destroyed and that 4 of the 5 were already back in service. He called the outlets low-life papers who actually want America to lose the war. Whether the original reporting was accurate or whether Trump's correction was accurate remains disputed between the administration and the outlets involved. But what happened next is where this story takes a different turn. Within hours of Trump's post, a man named Brendan Carr posted a public warning to broadcasters, and that warning changed the conversation entirely. So, who is Brendan Carr and why does it matter? Brendan Carr is the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC. The FCC is the government agency that regulates all broadcast television and radio in the United States. Every TV and radio station in America needs an FCC license to operate. Carr, personally appointed by President Trump, is the person who decides who keeps that license and who loses it. Carr was not a new face in Washington. Before becoming chairman, he helped write the media and communications section of Project 2025, the controversial policy blueprint for reshaping the U.S. government. And on March 14, 2026, he showed exactly what that meant. Here is what Brendan Carr posted, word for word. Broadcasters that are running hoaxes and news distortions have a chance now to correct course before their license renewals come up. The law is clear. Broadcasters must operate in the public interest, and they will lose their licenses if they do not. He posted this on the same day he had met with President Trump at Mar-a-Lago. The response from the media industry was immediate. Tara Puckey, CEO of the Radio Television Digital News Association, said, "What Chair Carr is describing is government control of the press." Will Creeley from the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression called it outrageous, saying when a government demands the press become a state mouthpiece under threat of punishment, something has gone very wrong. President Trump publicly endorsed Carr's warning. He posted on Truth Social that he was so thrilled to see Carr looking at the licenses of what he called corrupt and highly unpatriotic news organizations. And separately, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said at a briefing, "The sooner David Ellison takes over CNN, the better." Ellison is a billionaire currently seeking to acquire CNN's parent company, a deal that requires government regulatory approval. Now here is where it gets interesting. Several of America's largest media companies have major mergers currently pending, deals worth billions of dollars that require approval from the FCC. CBS's parent company, Paramount, settled a lawsuit filed by Trump for $15 million. As part of its merger approval process, CBS News also agreed to appoint an editorial oversight role that critics say gives the government indirect influence over CBS News decisions. Nexstar Media, seeking FCC approval for a $6.2 billion merger with Tegna, pulled Jimmy Kimmel off air within hours of Carr's warning. No court order, no legal action, just the warning. Paramount and CBS have not publicly described these decisions as being connected to regulatory pressure. The Kimmel story had actually started months earlier, in September 2025. Kimmel made jokes on air about the alleged killer of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Carr publicly indicated that stations airing the program could face license consequences. Within hours, 2 of America's largest broadcast groups pulled the show. The chief media regulator of the United States then posted a celebratory dancing GIF on social media. The show returned days later after millions of viewers canceled their Disney Plus and Hulu subscriptions in protest. The message to every broadcaster in America had been sent. Now, legal experts say Carr's direct threat to licenses is largely unenforceable. Public interest lawyer Andrew J. Schwartzman told CNN directly, Carr's threats are hollow. Broadcast licenses do not come up for renewal until 2028. Any attempt to revoke a license over news content would face an immediate First Amendment legal challenge in court. And critically, the FCC has no authority over cable news at all. CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News are completely outside Carr's reach. But here is the point that legal experts keep coming back to. The First Amendment, written into America's Bill of Rights in 1791, guarantees freedom of the press, and FCC Commissioner Ana Gomez, Carr's own colleague, said the threats violate that amendment and will go nowhere. She told broadcasters to continue covering the news fiercely and independently, without fear. The backlash came from both sides of the political divide. Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren called it straight out of the authoritarian playbook. Republican Senator Ron Johnson, a Trump ally, said on Fox News, "I oppose the heavy hand of government, no matter who is wielding it." Even Senator Ted Cruz, one of Trump's strongest supporters, compared Carr's approach to that of a mafioso. Here is where things stand today. A senior government official issued a public warning to broadcasters over their war coverage. The president publicly endorsed it. The Secretary of Defense named a specific news channel and commented on its preferred ownership during an active war. Legal experts say the direct threat is largely unenforceable, but two of America's largest broadcast groups pulled a television program following a regulatory warning without a single legal action being taken. Whether these facts represent a threat to press freedom or a legitimate government response to wartime misinformation is a question being actively debated across America. Logic Board presents the facts. You decide what they mean. That is the Logic Board breakdown of the FCC broadcasting story. If you found this useful, subscribe. Share it with someone who wants to understand what is actually happening. Drop a comment below. Is this a free press issue or a misinformation issue? Both sides of that debate deserve to be heard. See you in the next one.